The story of the 10 plagues of Egypt is a riveting tale etched in the annals of history, a series of divine retributions that struck terror and awe in equal measure. These plagues, described in the book of Exodus, served as both punishment and a means to compel Pharaoh to release the Israelites from bondage. But why were these plagues so terrifying? The saga begins with the first plague turning the river Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, into blood. The Nile was not merely a body of water. It was central to Egyptian life, culture, and economy. Its transformation into blood is symbolic, representing an assault on the very heart of Egyptian society. Not only did it render the water undrinkable, but it also signified a divine rebellion against Pharaoh's perceived control over nature. This initial disruption foreshadows the chaos to come. As the plagues unfolded, each one seemed to strike with increasing intensity and specificity at the foundation of Egyptian existence. The second plague unleashed a swarm of frogs, seemingly bizarre at first glance. However, frogs were associated with Heket, the fertility goddess, evoking a sense of blasphemy against Egyptian deities. By subverting the Egyptians' belief system, the plague of frogs represented an encroachment into their spiritual domain. With subsequent plagues, the stakes continued to climb. The third plague of lice and the fourth of flies brought scenes of filth and discomfort, dismantling order and hygiene. Each invasion was not merely a nuisance, but a relentless disruption to daily life. The Egyptians prided themselves on cleanliness, and imposing these infestations struck at the heart of their societal norms. The fifth plague, which decimated livestock, was a blow to the economy, highlighting the escalating impact on both human and financial resources. In a society reliant on agrarian productivity, this plague represented economic annihilation. With livestock being essential for both agriculture and religious sacrifices, the deep-seated connection between wealth and spiritual practice was devastated. As the relentless sequence marched on, the sixth plague wrought boils upon the skin, transcending discomfort into painful personal suffering. This physical affliction made Egyptians intimately aware of their vulnerability. The seventh, a cataclysmic hailstorm, unlike any seen before in Egypt, destroyed crops and further plunged the nation into despair. Nature itself seemed to be rebelling, illustrating a confrontation between chaos and the order Egyptians sought to maintain. Then came the locusts of the eighth plague, ravenous and all-consuming, devouring what little had survived prior disasters. This reinforced the frailty of human dominance over nature. By stripping away sustenance, it vividly endangered the very prospect of survival. As darkness fell in the ninth plague, the palpable terror of a sunless realm unsettled the entire nation, targeting the sun god Ra, the pinnacle of the Egyptian pantheon. To plunge Egypt into darkness was to directly challenge their gods, demonstrating the supremacy of a power beyond their comprehension. Finally, the 10th plague, the death of the firstborns, pierced the heart of Egyptian society. It was not just a personal tragedy for countless families, but a direct attack on the future, breaking the line of inheritance and destabilizing the future of Egypt itself. In conclusion, the 10 plagues were not random acts of chaos, but meticulously aimed upheavals that decimated societal norms, economy, spirituality, and the psychological stability of the Egyptian people. They were terrifying not merely in the physical destruction they wrought, but in the way they profoundly unsettled the very fabric of life, displacing certainties with existential dread. Through these plagues, the narrative of human pride and divine sovereign power was dramatically drawn, leaving a lasting legacy of fear, awe, and contemplation.